I'm Max Beatty. I'm Nate the Effing Great.
And I'm the Squared Circle Podcast Heavyweight Champion, Spencer Hart. And this is the Squared Circle Podcast.
Listen up, there's not a moment to spare. It's quite a drop from the top, so how you feeling down there? It's a cold, cruel, harsh reality. Caught, stuck here with your enemies.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Squared Circle Podcast, Spreaker.com, iTunes Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, TuneIn Radio, also on IWNerd.com and SatchelPlayer.com. All right, we're back here. It's me and the boys, Max Beatty and Nate the Effing Great. How you doing, gentlemen?
Aside from all my technological failures, I'm doing okay, I guess. I'm definitely glad the work week's over.
It's Friday, gentlemen. It's Friday. It is the Friday before a pay-per-view. That's the best part.
The Friday before a pay-per-view I'm only mildly invested in. Yeah.
Yeah, the build to Hell in a Cell has not been the greatest, I guess you could say.
I got to admit, I'll give them credit with the women's title Hell in a Cell match build. I mean, like, in terms of like the rivalry between Charlotte and Sasha, like if they were just focusing on the stuff from Raw, it wouldn't merit Hell in a Cell. But they bring up the NXT stuff, and then they bring in Foley, and like, God, some of the stuff Foley's been like warning them with like what this is gonna do to them. It's just like, stop trying to get me to not want it, man. It's like when he started talking about like every time he steps and he can feel like, you know, his hip bone grinding against his femur. It's like, dude, I don't want that to happen to them.
Yeah, so we're gonna recap Monday Night Raw just a bit to get you set for Hell in a Cell, and then we're also gonna make our predictions for Hell in a Cell. Nate and I are gonna make those predictions for the Squared Circle Podcast Heavyweight Championship. So let's start by recapping Monday Night Raw.
Where's the list?
Oh yeah. See, it's amazing that the creative can't get over Roman Reigns to save their life, but they can get over a goddamn piece of paper on a clipboard.
But it's Chris Jericho. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. This is one of those things that if you just written it down like this is the concept, the list of Jericho, and had me read it, I probably would have said they're officially out of ideas. I'm putting all of the credit on Jericho and Owens for this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the list of Jericho, it's so stupid. I find myself going, what the hell am I doing? But there's a caveat. I love the list of Jericho.
It's like they started out with, hey, remember the list of 1,004 holds? Yeah, I remember that. What if we retweaked it to like fit his new character? Won't people just bitch about that? I don't know, man. It's Jericho. I mean, they might like it. Couple weeks later, why is everyone chanting about a list? It's Chris fucking Jericho, that's why.
Yeah.
Plus, they give Braun Strowman some characteristics, which I honestly, God, love.
Yeah, and
to show the whole character, yeah.
I nearly fainted.
Yeah, it was funny. I saw who had the list. It was Braun Strowman, and I'm like, oh, well, you just lost the list.
There's no one you, Jericho.
Oh no,
there's no one, yeah. But yeah, so the show starts with Chris Jericho coming out announcing the triple threat match for the main event was canceled because the list of Jericho was missing. And then a bunch of things happened. Stephanie McMahon came out saying, well, you have to compete in the match anyway. Kevin Owens came out. I can't remember what he said. Something about the list being stupid.
Yeah, you have to focus on we'll find your list after we take care of Rollins. And Jericho's like, no, I want the list now. And who should come out? Seth Rollins plays the most stupidest 3-year-old game of like, I don't know where the list is. It's right behind you, you stupid idiot. Oh, like in my other hand, puts the microphone behind his hand, switches hands. I don't know where it is. He turns around. It's right behind you, you idiot.
Also, can I just say how much I love the Seth freaking Rollins shirt? Oh, God.
Yeah.
The fact that it actually says Seth freaking Rollins on it, I don't know.
I'm looking at it now, and I keep liking it even more every time I see it.
I'm Seth freaking Rollins. I should have my name on a shirt. You technically already did, but now you got your name and a catchphrase on it. You have arrived, sir.
Yeah. So basically, Seth comes out with the list and says, if you want the list, come and get it, and then walks to the back, and then Jericho, like a sad little puppy with his tail between his legs, runs to the back, and that'll set the course for the night.
Greatest night of all time. Like you said, fast forward, runs into Braun Strowman, who says the best thing. Jericho just says, "Can I have the list back?" And Braun Strowman says, "Say please. Please,
Sir,
can I have the
please."
list back?" I noticed that you didn't put Sami Zayn on the list. He gives him the list back, and he's like, he's on page 4. And you know what? You just touched my personal property. So guess what, Strowman? You just made the list.
I love the way Chris
Last
Jericho
person
says that.
expect to be on the list of Jericho. Braun freaking Strowman.
I swear
And
to
I love it.
They got to keep this all the way up to like the Royal Rumble, and then work some kind of story where like the organization of the Rumble pisses him off, so he puts the. You know what? The Royal Rumble's going on the list. No, I have to hate the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's on the list of Jericho. I gotta hate it now. Damn you, Jericho!
If he could just hold us out till WrestleMania, that would be just amazing.
WrestleMania is going on the list.
Oh gosh.
So the first legitimate match of the night was Enzo Amore and Carl Anderson. And
There's some mighty big air quotes around that word legitimate.
yeah,
But there was a positive in this because Mr. Enzo Amore and Big Cass, unfortunately due to technical mic issues, they couldn't use the microphones. But they got the whole crowd in Minneapolis, Minnesota to join in them in their total catchphrase of "My name is Enzo Amore," etc., etc. It was beautiful. It shows how much over the creative. What's the word that I'm looking for, Max?
Mismanagement?
Mismanagement. Thank you.
Honestly, I mean, obviously rolling with the punches is important, but I mean, for crying out loud, how many other wrestlers would have just gone, "Yo, give me another mic," and just gone through like maybe a couple if they didn't work? With this, it was pretty much just, I'm going to cut the promo I'm going to scream it loud enough for everyone to hear me. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows it because I'm great. It's like, that is just fantastic. I loved it. That was, admittedly, was the only part I liked, but it's like, what a part to like.
Right.
Yep, so Enzo Amore picks up the win against Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson really needs to get a win. And we'll get into that.
He at least looked good in the matchup because honestly, there was a point in the match where I thought to myself, "Shit, Enzo's got his second concussion going on," because you saw he had that far away look in his eye.
God,
He just
no.
kept working on the head, and I'm like, okay. Well, actually, it was really good because I thought to myself, "Wow, they're capitalizing off something that happened earlier this year," and the fact that Enzo doesn't have a concussion says, "Yay! I don't have to worry about one of my favorite guys getting hurt
Again.
again." And mismanagement deal. But even though it was by shenanigans, as a good friend more called, it was still an okay matchup. I don't like the way that it finished, but at the same time, I guess it's a little bit of payback for the club beating down Enzo and Cass a few weeks ago, which I know that you're really specific on, the whole baby faces attacking heels, especially when they have matches.
I'm willing to let it slide if they can just rationalize it properly. And I don't know, for some reason in this case, I kind of feel like they did. I was fine with it. It was just my only issue. That's honestly my biggest issue with Raw lately. Isn't even that, oh, this makes no sense, this is stupid. It's mostly either been, I've seen this a million times and you're not doing anything new, or it's boring, or most likely both.
Right. So that'll set up Enzo and Cass versus the club at Hell in a Cell this Sunday on the WWE Network. We're gonna move on to a match which I guess I don't understand. 6 days out of Hell in a Cell, why you have a match that's going to be the exact same as the match we're going to see on Sunday. you're basically giving away the match. I don't like that. What do you guys feel about that?
At this point, they do this all the time. I mean, it's one thing when it's like, yeah, we're going to build to a championship match by having a non-title match with the same exact people in it. Okay, that's bad enough. When you're essentially giving away Hell in a freaking Cell, it's just... all I can do is go,
Well, I guess they're going back to, like, what was it, 90s when they used to do this, where they had, like, non-title matches before the big matches. I remember when they did that for, like, Christian versus Del Rio in the build-up to SummerSlam, which was stupid, because then they could have let Christian recover from all his injuries.
Oh, God, what could have been?
I guess maybe they're trying to legit contenders, which obviously we know is not probably going to happen, because these guys, yes, they seem like they're on the same page that night, but are they going to be on the same page on Sunday? My guess is hell to the freaking no.
I got a way that they could get around that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like, they both, like, they're at odds, right? Well, they're both big, angry dudes. Just have one of them get real pissed, tag himself in, and beat the unholy crap out of their opponents and win to basically be like, see, I didn't need you, but we're tag team champions now. And then there's just this moment of a pause, and they both have that oh shit look on their face when they realize now we have to work together.
Right.
And that took me like 30 seconds to come up with that.
But also that was what we called the Jesse and Festus effect.
Why you gotta go there, man?
Because
I guess I don't know.
I'm sorry.
You're cool.
I am. But at least we got it out, so that's fine.
I get fair.
That's a redeeming quality of it.
Fair point.
Yeah, and, you know, we'll get more into this when we get to our predictions here later in the show. I guess it's there's something that will make me think that this match will end a certain way, and of course I can't get into it because it'll give away my prediction, and I don't want to do that because Nate's going to steal my idea. So, okay, we're going to move into this. This is going to make me extremely unhappy. Trust me, when I watched it Monday night, I literally did not look at the screen. Bayley and Dana in an arm wrestling match.
Oh God, no!
The return of the Divas Revolution.
Yeah.
Oh.
I literally, I have an apartment now here on the here in Weston, Wisconsin, and me and my buddy were watching it, and I looked at him the entire time. I said, "Nope, I am not. I'm pretending this does not exist. This is not happening right now." Where Bayley has sunk so low that she's having an arm wrestling match on Monday Night Raw with Dana Brooke.
I think it was around this point that I actually started I went to, like, every stupid decision, every time they say triple threat main event, I'm going to start taking a shot. And I don't regret it. I really don't.
How fucking wasted to be that.
Not including the stupid Sonic commercials and a couple other things. I think I was about 10 shots in.
Damn, son.
So, about 7 shots were wasted on the Raw. Just so I can get through it.
I can't say that I blame you.
So this boggles my mind that at this day and age, with the tremendous amount of progress that this whole Divas Revolution, this women's wrestling revolution has made, that we have a freaking arm wrestling match on Monday Night Raw.
Dude, you want to know what my actual biggest problem?
What's that?
The women's wrestling revolution or anything like that. It had to do with the simple fact that they aren't really wrestling. They're just arm wrestling. That's completely up to position, angle, and power. Look at the arms on Dana and then look at the pipe cleaners on Bayley and tell me how the fuck I was supposed to buy anything other than Dana ripping her arm off at the elbow.
Mm-hmm.